Right, Fambulem, I bring warm greetings to una from the TNN TV media empire, which are the then and now media empire. Also, with the talk news where they make the news. Today, na the 15th of October 2022. Me where they talk to una Fambulem, and my name Prince Emil Koma. This is an emergency broadcast, obviously. So, as una can see the picture already, una be don't see the flyer. Those of una will be don't see the flyer. We now for pay homage to a man, a young man, where in legacy is sealed, regardless of how you want to him. In legacy is sealed. You see, this is what life is all about. In legacy is sealed. At a very young age, you don't make a mark and have an impact on a nation of 8 million people, if not more. And they discuss about internationally, especially so at in demise. And during a short time, it touched many people. And of course, he antagonized other people. But the antagonism now he are not able to understand because after all, he was politically motivated. He belonged to a political party. He not make any, mincing in actions about that. He been therefore remain anonymous because of threats, obvious threats. So for a larger part of the campaign where he been carry for a political party, he was very anonymous. And we get this symbolic thing about and this very peculiar way how he been conduct himself. And Fambulem, I want for make una for understand, say, me na one of the few people that will be fortunate for do an interview with him. And that interview day was never published for some reason. We probably at some given time I go get for come for explain. But I hope for Fender interview day and play them. And because of that interview, they were not be able for Fender and play where they want to use as the montage, the capture for a eulogy, if you like, or respect, for pay respect to the dead. Nine could delay all of this time. But based again on waiting with the Yeri at this particular critical time, Emekle we do a how you call an emergency broadcast for pay homage and respect to the soul of the late Evangelist Samson. And few people in Sabiam, I did not know him personally. Yes, as by virtue of my work, I've been here for do an interview with him. And I appreciate the interview, the engagement. And like I say again, I will get for plan. But today, we want to talk about the man in short life, how he lived that life day, and how he meet a tragic end, and waiting they go on right now. For help me for understand, or for help we for understand all of this, we get to guest we at the bring camp shortly for can help we for lay the case, as to this man in life and after in death and after in death, where are we right now? But just before we come family, this is really important. Okay. The news where we hear is really disturbing. By the way, when I help for share this broadcast, and at some point we go open the lines. If you get anything for say, I mean, feel free for say. I'm waiting no more when they entertain expletives. You can disagree with you can disagree with the late man, and etc. Your views will be respected, but make sure say you show equal respect to the platform as the platform will show equal respect to you. As I've been saying, waiting are not able to understand Fambulem is the treachery, the immoral act over the dead is unbelievable. You see, governments now really powerful people, really powerful, but they get time. Every government in life or everything that exists, it get time. It expire, it end. Everything in life. Okay. So during your period or during your journey, in fact, when you don't assume that mantle, the journey really matters, but it not matter more than the destination because you focus now usa you want for arrive, when and how you want for arrive. Now so you they take for govern yourself till you they get there. Along the way, of course, you will get enemies. You will get people in way opposed to you. But now how you treat them because you're trying to get them on side. Fambulem, I don't want to talk about today because this is a short program and to the memory of this late guy. And all I've been trying for say news over the area. that they want bury certain people them as pauper, it's really, really troubling. It's really worrying. Because in me understanding, there are two, if not more than that, aspect in which they can beg people them as pauper. One way I clearly know is like people them, homeless people them, we can die like not eat. And then a morgue or mortuary, nobody know able to identify them. Then obviously the government get the onus, the responsibility by law, for burying them people in there, because the dead has to be buried. And even when you go bury them, you need for conduct some kind of ritual, some kind of rite to the dead. Wash the body, dress the body. Sometimes, you go put in a mass grave, because people, and we get people, the significance of burying the dead, now way you get in that last respect, that final respect. I mean, the dead, they are dead and gone. What it really matter, now the people that will live, those of us that are living and talking. I could be talking here today, and the next moment I'm dead, just like Bob Marley say. Yeah? One cocoa full of basket. Today you live, tomorrow you are buried in a casket. This is so true. And I make the brother be so philosophical during the term, and again, all this popularity all over the world. Government, they try for prove and not understand waiting upon the body of Evangelist Samson. A man we don't die. You may disagree with him, but he's dead. He's gone. At least he's got a family. He get family. He get people where they live. He get people who want claim the body. I understand. Say he get a wife, a young wife, and children. So he was gunned down. He was assassinated. Let's establish that fact there first. I know say me guess will get for talk about that. But my point here is, Papa government, waiting are you really they try for proof? Whose kind of cruelty when you try for show to young people then? This not to the body of Evangelist Samson you do until now. And this is distasteful, really distasteful, because this is not dead body. He was gunned down under circumstances where gruesome, unacceptable, extrajudicial killing, way add to the appalling human right condition where people can point to this government. So at least for try for clean that image there up. Now for try for you're not even making up a story for say, okay, these are the circumstances. I mean, we regret the circumstances, but no regret at all. So not for like say the man get caught up in a crossfire. No, he wasn't involved in the demo or riot, protest on riot. No, he not be involved. Yes, he did make audio which sound insightful, as some will say. Other people like can critique him for mean something else. But yes, let we assume say, let we say he make this audio. Does that audio deserve death? The penalty of an audio for disagree with your government, it mean death by firing squad, by assassination, by attack, by murder of another citizen, and you get other citizens and then they gloat over this simply because you support. Remember again, Bob Marley, for some reason Bob Marley keep the economy head because of the philosophical aspect of in life and times, that when it rains, it doesn't rain on one man's doorstep. When it rains, it not rain on one man in doorstep alone. Today it could be you, tomorrow it could be me. Now it make you for rise and fall together. Now it make you for embrace ourselves together. Now it make you for show solidarity together. The circumstances under which this brother died is intolerable. Sierra Leoneans should be expressing that. We know we get die-hearted supporters of government, but where is the logic? Where is the logic? I watched the president in tape where the president rightfully say, nobody know for Campuel this nation for we. That much I agree with. We fought an 11-year-old civil war. We destroy ourselves. We destroy our country. But nobody know for Campuel the country. I agree with the president on that. But the president himself gets a responsibility. Now in the daddy, now in the fountain of honor. Now if I hold up the moral principle for the country, now make them call on the fountain of honor where you occupy that seat. How now on around kill person? In that kind of way, they will not call for at all, where if now other country, then there will be a commission of inquiry for find out how this person died, why he died, the circumstances we die under. Because why? There is an obligation to the citizen. There's an obligation to us. Now we elect you. You derive your power from us. Yeah, once in a while when we get out of line, you therefore put we back in line. Putting back us in line does not mean that you have to end our lives. In death, there is no coming back. This guy is not coming back. You've already done that. The most decent thing you can do at this particular point in time, now for release the body to the family. The family is grieving. They are grieving under the circumstances that they lost their son. And by the way, though Samson, the late Evangelist Samson, are in at the center point of this particular broadcast today, we also use this occasion for pay homage. We may not do that many a times. So the many civilians, even though some other people and try to disparage them, may their souls rest in peace. Then many civilians in the way lost their lives. The life of every Sierra Leonean is not greater than any other. We are all equal, if you want to put them in the biblical or spiritual way, but within the eye of the law, within the ambit of the law, within the Constitution, when we guiding principle, we habeas corpus, we write. Ladies and gentlemen, Evangelist Samson died under circumstances which is unacceptable, intolerable. Whether you did support him or not, now the circumstances now one for let you look at. Whether you support the SLPP, the APC, the C4C, the NGC, the first thing, the common denominator is we are Sierra Leoneans first before anything else. If you express your dissent at your government because you don't like the direction where they go, that is your right. I've said this many, many a times. It is in the Constitution. It is in black and white. Expressing that dissent does not amount to assassination, does not amount to you having to lose your life. Ladies and gentlemen, for help we understand all of this today, we get a very special brother and a friend, a man we don't make many, many videos to that effect. We don't talk beaucoup about the situation of the country, both in the then and the now, and I know say he don't make commitments, say as long as he get breath in my body, he will never stop talking about these things. And I am delighted to have the phenomenal Comrade Koita. Comrade Koita, welcome to the then and now, and I'm very excited and happy for see you, but in very unusual circumstances because we are about for pilgrimage. Comrade Koita, welcome to the then and now, and I'm very excited and happy. When you watch the broadcast, I really back blast myself. So I want to welcome
Thank you so much. I don't know if they get me.
Yeah, they get you live and clear. Just that.
Yeah, I mean they get to, but I don't see they get me. We'll try for. I want this opportunity to tell each and every Sierra Leonean. Thank you. Where they listen to we. You know, across the world, as we say, this is not just a tribute to the fallen hero, when Evangelist Samson. You know, what we can tell people them say, why we they stand up today, because we know what not happened yesterday, for like repeat. As we talk 31 years ago, we've been getting a brutal civil war, one of the worst war we done in Africa. We see the rebel woman and chairwoman and Bel cut people and burn houses, them do so many things. And because of oppression, we get the 1991 civil war, and because of the oppression, we get the air fighting, and because of oppression, we get the January 6th invention. All them things that story for us make no say we should and will not forever go that part. We don't see for the 4 years this government don't come consistently in oppressing people, consistently in doing things. That is inevitable. Nobody balance die, but now the method. Protest now everybody in rights. One make it very clear say protest now everybody in rights by the Constitution, as far as you go according to the laws of the country. We condemn each and every act of violence, meaning the brutal killing of the police officers. We condemn them. But we say, let them look into why the people then go to that level for killing the police officers. We equally condemn the act of killing people, especially the extrajudicial killing. People who then kill just after the protest. During the protest, it's okay, we go see maybe crossfire, that thing happen. But after the protest, we see they kill over 20 people. When the government give one side of the people and the police officers and befitting funeral, say then die because of defend democracy. Befitting funeral, then die in the line of duty. We accept. While the other people now, for over 2 months, they don't keep them body from the 10th of August, the 11th of August, the 12th of August, 13, 14, 15, and so on and so forth. Then all the body then deny for giving to the family, for letting give them their own funeral. Mind you, government don't get for bed anybody who is not sentenced to death. You can only bet somebody not sentenced to we not sentenced to death by either by hanging or firing squad. but don't see consistently, they don't deny, we don't advocate, we don't carry this platform. All the medium, the lawyer, no right for say, let them hand over the body to the family members, let them say, go bury them. Okay, if it's state trying to get a state funeral like the police, then they allow people and look what they do for the police then. Everybody go, families then go, then give the last respect. But don't see, as I tell you today, the country is very sad for all you say, the government don't take the people and now cannot go bury them without the family members representation. Then call them by meeting 2 days ago. They said they give them 20 million, but they just allow four people to go attend the funeral. Now in an unknown location, they not even tell them for bury them. Now as they talk now, say, they say they don't go take them today on the 15th, then go bury them. Who said they bury them? Go angry abuse. Tell the family members them. When I imagine not only the killing we talk about here, we're talking about the funeral, the method, how this government they consistently they abuse the constitution. Everybody sit down. You know why they can't talk today? Because no one see government change tomorrow. People then protest on back in a saloon, maybe from Kenima or from Bo or from the southeast. We see a government who can kill so many civilians in the back, hold them, say well. Now like that, tit for tat. Like the tit for tat, we see in 10 years in Naneskroma, 5 years in Pakaba in last 5 years, we not see them see how we happen. We not see them by anybody because of the protest. And Naneskroma 10 years, we not see them kill people and hold them body because of protest. No, nobody, no government, not white in a saloon, except this present bill under the step. The 21st century for come and kill somebody, we just say, I disagree with the attitude, just like me, ideas where I always talk, say, I disagree with the government because then they misuse the institution which is supposed to keep the country safe. The police, the military, the judiciary, and all the state institutions, them, the ONS, the CISO, we see these things how they say this, then here because no one logo also come out 31 years ago. And if everybody can agree, you might be SLPP or like maybe APC, but Lord put the country first. The bigger picture here is Sierra Leone. Salon, we want to say like government change tomorrow by 2023. They will see by people in protest, maybe for the right, for cost of living or whatsoever they protest for. Once you say a government go kill people, let them hold them body. We go look for say government change. We go come back when begin the advocates give for other people they go for kill. The answer is very big no. So follow us and the law stand up now. Law stand up now. If the governments go ahead and do this thing, saying they go bury people at the job because they want to try for cover the mess. Just because they don't try for, they respect the people who in the serve, we elect them. They forget they're not just a servant, they are not master of the state, they are servants of the state. From the president down to the least councillor, they are servants of the state, they are not masters. Because today they get power at the hand, they not pull soldier or police for who kill more people left. Well, the answer left to we. Now we get for TINAP and challenge them bad things here. Now we get for TINAP and tell them, see, this country is bigger than all of us. Now we get for TINAP, especially the brothers from the other part, when at the SLPP or the Southeasterners them. No team for clap. No team for let them kill him. Like Joseph Sanobi say a whole civil society. Get man go make what you say. The man is better than kill him. Joseph Sanobi, civil society, people will say, now therefore they look at the things, advise governments in accordance with the law. They jubilate. Samson don't go. Samson don't die. If una giving the family, you need to change, bring Samson alive again. If una take on a drag from corner to a tap, baru on a drag from Muskatiki and go, na Usananka and go, and they bring him alive again. In fact, it's so long to go. But now this can we was alone in the next 20 years, in the next 30 years, we are all picking and canceling up at the same story again. But explain when government got expecting people, the answer is very big no. We all know see what's happening at Salon today is unimaginable. You know, for us see the blatant way how government them misbehave. They hold people and body them. They go be police them. The police don't kill people them for 4 years. From my 91, they can at Uncle Limba, you go na Tumbo, you go na Lushari, you go McKinney, you go Pandemba Road. Consistently. Nobody they not give a fitting funeral. President no even say a word, even a word of regret by His Excellency not talk and say, well, I did send me condolence to the family members of those who killed na Pandemba Road. Now McKinney, anything they kill, it's called them terrorists. They term people terrorists. Some people who they vote you in, some the terrorists. In Libel Salom, say that in insurrection. No, even in insurrection, they kill people, they get to be fitting funeral. Even if in a terrorist system, police and when I be rebel leader, we die in a Pandemba Road. They give him to a family and bury him. Guli so they charge for war crimes, so he die in Rwanda. Then come to a saloon and get to family and bury him. When I imagine, police and when count one a saloon 31 years ago, we die in that prison. Then take and then get to family and go bury him Mabruka. Then give the state gear. Guli to die in Rwanda, then count on a saloon, we he die, we be sent charge for war crimes. They hand over to a family, count on a saloon in Canberra. For saying I see, the state always get right for give people them to the family then get the right, not to like misbehave. This now blatant misbehavior of a constitution. We're not sit down as a nation, watch this thing that happen, then we look and say it for be so. No, it's unusual. Prince, the unusuality not forever be usual. We not for allow for let it be so. Because at the end of the day, it's not good for democracy. It's not good for democracy at all.
Absolutely. I mean, I couldn't have said it any better, my brother. And this is true. And again, this is not the government's not in focus here on this particular broadcast here today. Because just like communicator make the case, Fode Sanko, we for 11 years, he waged war out of grace. He got jailed. It looked like Chrisman at the end of in time. He died under circumstances where person barely, able to understand. He died. Let's be honest about this and straightforward about this. And then what really happened? The government hand over in body after the man. Imagine a hand over in body. People that were commuted to some sentence when they hold responsible for the 11-year-old war, when they send to Rwanda. He died. Government hand over the body. Now the case that we have been trying to make from the beginning. What is it so special about this guy that in your body, after he has been killed under these circumstances, that then they refuse for handover in body? Where is the autopsy report? Or this does not matter to we the Sierra Leoneans then? And we talk about the 21st century and remember for how for go forward. One side of the mouth, and they talk about government officials, they tell us about this new enlightenment, how we need for come out, under this rubbish where we dey under this tyranny where we dey under, or where we've been dey under, and how we need for move forward and reflect values and principles of the 21st century. But then you gun down a young man for holding, some beliefs, some principles, we run antithetical, to your principles and your belief. And for that, you think, say, the maximum penalty, not death. This is wrong. But he's dead. The best that government can do, the best that the president can do. And I want to believe, say, the people around the president, now they're absolutely responsible, for this. And communicator and myself, they have difficulty in terms of the audio, So I think audio they play in between me and he, in and out. And I believe as I speak, I don't even believe say even they get me. You get me, communicator? No. So there's an audio problem. So you need for dismantle that Bluetooth and just go normal. Forget about the Bluetooth. Just go normal. If they watch a different.
I struggle for getting a little bit.
You need for knock off the Bluetooth altogether. Just go on the normal, just go on your normal. Now the Bluetooth, now you need to forget. We'll go try for sort out our technology later. But get the Bluetooth out of the way. Yeah. Anyway, why should you work out the difference? This is not the problem. So the man don't die. He was murdered. Now we need for establish. He was murdered. Not to battlefront. Not to battlefront. No. He was murdered in the quiet of in familiar surrounding with friends sitting down, not participating allegedly in the protest / riot. No, not at all. You hear me now? You hear me by any chance? Okay, same problem. You know, they hear me. Anyway, so this is what the problem is. So the idea that you hold the body is show a sign of trying to be ruthless, and probably from a psychological point, maybe you try to send a message of deterrence. Say, if anybody do this, this is what we will do. Well, if this is true, which they presume so, then this is crazy. It makes no sense. I mean, to some people, yes, it does make sense. But now the solution to the problem, now you need to look into, first of all, what was the problem? Why the problem occur? This is what responsible governments will do. Ask themselves this question when the citizens they come out for ask them questions or for protest against certain things. Why did the protest occur? Why did we have to lose a citizen or citizens? Why police officers being careful die? How you pay so much respect to, and rightfully so, to the police officers, but when it comes to the civilians, your civilians, you decide not to pay any respect to them. We understand the logic though, because it's been said, they come out now a certain demography of the country will not belong to you or to Una, but they belong to the others. And by virtue of this, they are terrorists with a capital T. This is a pronouncement from the head of state himself. And when you declare person terrorists, there was a reason why the president do so. It declared them terrorists now because the action that will be meted against them will be of a terrorist nature. You hear me by any chance? So communicator get the same problem. So Fambulem, this today na the 15th of October 2022. This na the TNN, then and now TV media empire. We pay homage and respect to the late Evangelist Samson. I can now declare that the lines are open. And I can see at the ticker bottom or the scholar or the caller, if you like, at the bottom of the screen. The number is there just in case you want for call. And A, pay respect to the late man. B, you want to eulogize the brother. C,
I think that is struggle. I use the YouTube link. I want to go out loud, use it.
Yeah, I don't know what happened today. Anyway, the lines are open just in case you want for call and pay homage to the brother, respect to the brother. There was a time in a salon where diamond business, now we all business, regardless of the circumstances. In fact, you and person can be enemy. When that person they die, you get for forgive them. Sometimes they then go give you time for let you even talk, let you pay respect to the dead. So we get difference, yeah, but I let go. Because what would be the use of you holding on when that person they has demised, passed on to the great beyond? Whose logic way down they make? All this guy did was promoting political party. That's what he did throughout his life. Like I say, I have an interview between me and him where at some point I will bring and come on, but you guys will be kept informed. Because he's supporting party, and you can't be 100% right. When people them when now come out, we make video them, we hold nef. They say we go slaughter Una, we go kill Una. These are Sierra Leoneans against other Sierra Leoneans there. When civil society people that will come out and say, it better with this person and die, and President Bio for do this, if for do that. In other words, for rain terror on other people that will belong within the same space, but happy for be demographically as then size up the country, north, northwest, south, southeast. So the people then at the other side, politically speaking, they not belong to we. These are different kind of people then. Hey, boy. So this not a sign of weakness, this not a sign of strength. This not a sign of weakness, this not a sign of strength. From Equator, I know say you still get problem with the audio, and I'm not sure whether you hear me. So come Equator, and then you hear me. You still try for use the Bluetooth. I think so that this
Prince,
stop you whole program.
Very pathetic as at the following they talk about.
Carry on.
Prince, as I follow, I get it down small.
Good.
And as they talk about the brother, we will talk about so today. He just kill him not because he thief, not because he rape, not because he kill person. Then kill him because it's enough. He feels it is a good government all over the world. I mean, government and opposition. Nami could say like this platform. I always try for tell people and say you do extremely well for the past 4 years. It's just be that person way. Even the APC party when the opposition came bash at you say, Prince, you don't fear out we. Prince did so because you just think say, critical mind people and like one thing for be a call to state. like loyalty to the state, for be like a court level, meaning you country for the above party, for the above relationship, for the above family, for the above tribe, or religion, or whatsoever. And I think you've been doing that for many, many years now. Both parties, both the APC who belong and SLP, all mind the attack Prince, because if you talk to this way, the APC, then we'll clap for you. We talk to the way, say they're against them, so they can't pass up to you. The one they say they're not going to to state. So if you see, they can't talk about Samson today, now this thing they talk about, because if people just look at that politics, they look at the reality, put Samson at the young show. If Samson was my brother, or I'm a sister, or I'm a uncle, or I'm a Pekin, how you they feel? Just look at that angle. For God's sake, for once, let's be just honest and loyal here for once. Let's pull the political or tribal affiliation. Let's look at the reality. Because if we don't look at the reality, trust me, we get for the talk about NTR Prince for the next 10, 15, 20 years. Because if for continue, people come to mind and say, "We no agree. That's why we kill Christians. That's why we kill them and go bear them. Then we'll do the worst." And we no one let the worst happen. The worst already happened at Salon 31 years ago. 1999, now we're getting 6 freedom. 99, not too long ago. Now would they behave like say nothing happened, like Salon ever get an example or experience of bitter things. We've seen it all. We don't feel them. We go free to see the replica of the war. It is something to make you know. So as you enter, they don't know say war being dinner. See born out entity. What kind of future on gonna grafting, gonna na Jew. You see and pities them. This all naturally for me could get a flashback of bad things. When I see people them they lynch police officers, that they have become traumatized, because I remember 1998 how they kill colleagues, both soldiers and police officers. So when I something happened now today, I see the blatant police and they use people them. I begin to see the reason why people them get this level of anger where they able to kill people them. I started seeing the reason, and when they see the reason every now and then, when they see how make people and they become angry on government them. Look like what's happened. You decide the police go just make warrant of arrest, can go to court 6 people bail, send them jail, left, right, and center. Look, the killing happen. Lawyers and they, civil society and they can pay, master somebody they can pay for good governance. Nobody say nothing. Then they see the blatant misuse of the constitution, blatant abuse of people like right them. We'll get a human rights organization them. None of them say nothing, because they're all done day, they're not comfortable, they don't all don't become like tribal or either political, or they all get to see they're not allowed to state anymore. We call on each and every Sierra Leonean. Say, let's put Sierra Leone first. If not, someday, sometimes, the worst is yet to happen. And we go still sit on an platform and can't talk again. We'll still on an platform and can't condemn. Police go still host me, come and out ethics for this year. Maybe 1 year from now, maybe 2 years from now, maybe 3 years from now, we'll go still there for talk, because some food don't put to say this is a lifetime job until we get the fixed mentality we say is Sierra Leone. It's Sierra Leone. Political party, we all they belong, let me could vote, but let the party not overtake your loyalty to a state. Your loyalty in income number 1, state loyalty in income number 1. And one that lead you today, when I not say one are just a servant, you are not master of the state. You be president, you be vice president, you be minister, you be the chairperson, mayor, councillors. All of you guys are not master of the state. You are just a servant. We now with employer. So if we will employer, we don't begin to treat you. So what about now? When do we know employer? Now we not employee, then now we give a job. Now we say go to president, now we say go to minister, now we say go to councillor or member of parliament or chairperson. This thing that trade for discuss at parliament, CSF now. We show them in Killian and McKinney. We put them in SNAP. The MPs and raise them up for parliament to all sincerity and put on the McKinney Lives Matter. Then take many months for them get anybody and go bear them. Why make one not do one? Say the people that know life matter at this point in time, at the parliament. Why make one not do one? How would I be able to go to parliament say McKinney Life Matter? When I put the same thing say Sierra Leone's life matter. If government don't give the police officer the befitting funeral with 100 million, then when you die and say they give them 20 million for bribery for letting the family as destitute. Why not put the same black polo put and the Sierra Leone life matters? This is not about McKinney anymore. This is about Sierra Leone. It's about the people who are the South, people who have been know yesterday, people who be say they been vote for yesterday. Why not use the same black, use the same thing, say Sierra Leone life matters. Today they see in the very people picking them, people man them, people brothers them as destitute, as people don't get with disrespect. Then they bury them proper just because in the name of policy. And people wait for talk, no they talk. If I abuse that same thing when I abuse in the parliament, see the people who then die August 10, irrespective of the protest, their life matter get a family. Trust me, therefore don't do it. This is the circumstance fact. So for us who can against platform, we can talk the true praise, we don't come for compromise things. Why they are then sit down up till date? Take to this point now, today the 15th, to this all kinds of things. I see Thomas 16 on Twitter, say then they go better today. So the president take everybody attention to McKinney, whether they will do this theater, they license the better Monday. We see the information minister been go recently, say he go say the non-tell family and let them go for the body, nobody no come out. Mr. Minister, you are lying. They don't go several times, so I don't give them. Then they use them power against the people who elect them. Then they use their position against the people who elect them. Then forget, see, no one stays on top forever. Sierra Leoneans, now realize the right make might. Right make might. Why make we no go stand up for challenge on constitutionality? Why make we don't talk and time in time out? We don't kind of platform here. We don't make we do explain this thing, express frustration about how this government want try for bring problems alone. About how this government they can't nurse a system. We don't want to see like the OT Albert Magai do in 1964 to 67. We make we go one party state. Now, Malabiri Panducho from 20 to 2023. We don't want to see the political government change. Then begin born house. They go to born house like Kaila, na Kenima, na Pujo, na Bo, na Boyamba, na Bont. We don't want to see them begin kill people them. Begin, we don't see extrajudicial killing the girl, look and do something and others. Why me, for God's sake, if you President Buchanan bear 6 police officers them with dignity, why that, what make you not get that picking when Papa cries, say, and picking and host a cook, nine bullets kitchen? Why not better that, but wait and show the video, it's only veranda with bullets kitchen? Why not give something that seems to go extrajudicially kill? Police reports, the report don't come out say he was shot while he was running. Able, Sierra Leone, and slow wait say something because happen to you. Then before you know, now we know wait for that. Injustice for one is injustice for all of us. Injustice for one is injustice for all of us. We get for consistently fight against injustice. We get for consistently fight against unconstitutionality. We get for consistently fight against the wrongdoings. Consistently, for God's sake. What's wrong with Sierra Leone? Samson. What they call Samson? Samson is the most prominent somebody among them. In the social media broadcaster. In the somebody with the challenging governments. Most of them are listening yesterday. Evangelist Samson, the young man stand for the truth, the young man is for defend each and every Sierra Leonean. And the young man with the way he come the show, the good things we and his command the APC government left. What's he make when I not stand on this young man now today? We don't die. The man even talk for yesterday. We talk for 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Now that talk make the man the extrajudicial the killer. What he me wrong for not identify himself with Samson? Was the last time I don't do so many things them? Even till they don't tweet. You see, if you then bear Samson that way, then we'll legally challenge them. Yes, it's fine for the records, but legally challenge. After they don't put na doti, they don't bear them, put them inside one hole. 27 of them. Put them in one hole. Yeah, we'll legally challenge. Who's do how they go for bear them? What about if they go to bear them, put acid pan for destroy them, but the truth entirely? You know, it's pathetic, Prince. You know, it's frustrating. You know, it had trending. Follow, see, then things happen in our country. At this time, it's very frustrating, Prince. So much frustrating. We never compare this to people and go to do and we look as country for country's sake, then still. We are not. I don't know why people don't see the reality out of this thing. Politics by this year. We are, you know, Prince, it's frustrating. It's so much frustrating for us. You know, people for understand exactly, see, what kind of a platform. Now, we can't tell the truth. Then because as an example, I say you both parties that attack you. We talk today, we do something. Hey, APC, hey, Prince, na SLPP, now this. We talk something. SLPP, Prince, APC. That's because your loyalty is not to APC or SLPP, or not to a tribe or a region. Your loyalty is to the state. So you look at things in your platform. You bring people who can discuss a topic where APC now for where they benefit the state. You know they can't talk for APC or becoming a northern or even a south. No, you talk something. You know, see. This guy for affect the state. Now make both parties not comfortable with you. Some people, they narrow-minded people, not comfortable with you. Now they don't say Prince is doing the right thing like some of us. We always admire you, and then every time you make sure I follow because I know it's about Sierra Leone. You don't discuss things where for person benefit. You discuss things to the benefit everybody. You know they call positive for cancer, but for advertising itself. No, you call somebody. Let's talk on this issue that affects Sierra Leoneans. So that make me always tell you, say I give kudos to this you. This way we don't, and I'm sure. I know say nobody will ban you, and I'm sure this platform who will use and continue for it because we speak Sierra Leone. We speak what's in that affect the people of Sierra Leone. We speak what's in the trigger for Ambogu tomorrow. That make this platform different from all other platforms. So many platforms today now social media ways on and they speak because of people. They cover people. So you consistent. I've seen the attack from the APC who say I belong. I've seen the attack from SLPP who say I know the. So I say okay, this is the person I identify myself with because I know say he speaks what's in the elect, but what's in the benefits alone. This things, Prince, we are far 61 years ago. People they know they suffer. We still want the pandemic mentality. For God's sake, the principle of life is yourself. Sierra Leoneans don't put yourself now say these MPs, the president, the chairperson, the mayors, the councillors, the police, they are not master, they are servants, please.
Yes, Comrade Queta, many thanks for that. And your kind sentiments as well is really appreciated. You're not you're not alone, but I appreciate the fact that you expressed that on the platform itself, and many thousands of people around the world. From the beginning, I've been saying this. The country, and this now you team as well. I've listened to you many a times. The country bigger pass all team, a big pass all team. Political party them then derive as a consequence of a country where exist. It's just a part and parcel of the country. And this is not just a segment of the society, hence the division. The thing where unite we all is the country called Sierra Leone. The flag, the map, we embody we all. Now, it make where we talk first and foremost, it has to be about country and then everything else cascading down. Not from, your bottom, they go up. So I really do appreciate that. And you make quite some critical points. It is true that this platform will not be banned. They're not going to bend this platform. No, nobody. Many a times they've tried. We've fallen along the wayside with friends and brothers. And there's nothing strange about this, because when views become, there's maximum respect on all sides, not on all sides, with some sides. And when views clash, I mean, they no longer are of the same kind, then obviously people have to go, in a different ways instead of changing the platform. What we need for know in this business, there is something called editorial. You cannot be here today and then you do that tomorrow. Then you got no morals, you got no principle. Unfortunately, this is not what we are talking about today. Fambulen, just for a reminder now, we talk about the late Evangelist Samson, a young man we lost in life, I believe, now the 14th of August 2022, during a time where he been detached or day away from the body of a protest which he supported, and he gets a right for support the protest. So today it is him, tomorrow it is who else? This is not a question. Circumstances of this kind, we should all speak up against that, because this goes against the principles of freedom, unity, and justice, or unity, freedom, and justice, if I want to put them in order. Ladies and gentlemen, unallow we continue for shape. This is not a long program, now emergency program, just for bringing una up to speed. Cherno Alpha Ember of the Africanist Press, we get a slot on this platform, and this day 9 day where he can do a thing. But my understanding is he's on the road at the moment. On the road means that in our day na in usual domicile, they on the road. They try to promote Sierra Leonean democracy. In other words, holding powers to account. So that's exactly what Cherno Obadi can do right now. So he's on the road as we speak. Some of you go don't see pictures of him where he released at different functions, different workshops, different seminars, and different states within these United States of America. And I'm not sure whether it will come on to tonight. It probably will. So keep an eye and ear open. But a program normally in 5, 6 o'clock and upwards. So I just want to bring that to our attention. But for today, we are talking about the late Evangelist Samson.
Prince.
Yeah, go on.
When you talk about Chernobyl, that brother, they do a phenomenal job, Prince. This is how we appreciate people. We they work for country, Prince. Let's be honest here. Chernobyl, you don't begin to do this thing even before the coming of Pakaba, from the era of MPRC days.
More than 20 years.
As a Pan-Africanist, you can do in the MPRC, during the SLPP. We see during the SLPP, the APC heal them. During the SLPP, people don't be, that's not been like so. That's not been so valuable. But during the APC, the SLPP heal them up. SLPP them they jubilate them all out. Hey, Chernobyl, they do so. Ebola, yes, it was doing very well by then. But when the thing turned now, and every year the advancement they come, we don't see now. the internet will become more intensified as alone. Now, Chenoba will become enemy of the state. Now, make I give that example with USSF. So, Chenoba, the SFM, the healer yesterday, today, they don't call us the APC. And we see, even within the APC, you're just certain areas, and they say, but Chenoba, people, let's see, people not loyal to state. Chenoba, now, possibly, they admire so much that, it's an extraordinary person. 4 years down the line, expose corruption, not just corruption. If they go, if they show me every bit for like people and no say, it's just genuine, it's just sincere. Prince, let me tell you something. By the grace of God, we're going to identify ourselves as small. Singapore, it takes 17 people for change Singapore from third to first world. 17. In 1965, Singapore be worse pass alone. The least billionaires alone be better pass Singapore. Today, Singapore na first world, but it takes 17 people with sincerity, like-minded people, that they come build Singapore, what Singapore be today. So seeing you in your platform, where political party, two main political parties, then they look at you like you are not honest. We church the NGC leader, NGC player say, hey, Prince, that this, when they can't wait, seeing you and looking at Chenoba consistently, government in, government out, they hold this fight against corruption. We get for look with self. God must make we come together and bring ourselves. Chenoba is doing very well. Look what individuals are saying this year. I can't imagine somebody left in work video for just prove things. Say I'm not lying. Look what's happening at the neck about the $10 million thing. So many things happen at distraction because consistently, Prince. Let me tell you, we're getting there slowly. We know for just time. That make me always give comment to people. I know they talk about what you are the kind of platform. People know system of things. Identify yourself. We can say that the T and T because we see you nobody able twist you brain against Sierra Leone. Nobody will make like Prince go sell mortgage integrity because elect person. No, you have so many friends like APC and SLPP, which I know about. You have so many friends like NGC, which I know about. We are all friends, but sometimes we disagree to a certain extent. But we agree for Saloon, which I respect you for so much. Just like Chenoba. Chenoba has been friends to SLPP. It's been friends to APC on the other side, but we come for church them, then turn our enemy. And this that the only time they win this fight because now we get the opportunity for Sidon and platform, sensitize the problem. We get the opportunity for Sidon go make audio, then make us say, Lord, not using social media for deceive people. Not use them in an effective manner. That is where educate people. We need to blame them so much because it's been so wild. The norm pretty much them. So we get for try to gradually for end up promotion gradually. So then platform will get so today. Let's use them in an effective and in a positive manner, so that people we can see if they do 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Let do the out of sincerity. No can praise person. No can say because person. No. You we want equal opportunity. Now you kill so they are so, but they are na opportunity now. We can look at the opportunity, you make them up. Now America, we know the opportunity they make them equal opportunity. That system day. So some of us they talk one that same system. People want to go home, but how do they go home? How do they come and go suicide and they kill protesters? Them government go better like even dog in the streets get respect. How you go home? How you take a picking and carry and go say you go see then the protest civilian get for lynch police get for use gun per person. How they go home? So we have to come at this platform here, use the incredible platform here for educate yourself. You they can at this platform listen, not just for text, but listen to what people they talk. We get for come together as a nation. Sierra Leone is bigger than all of us. Sierra Leone is greater than all of us. Salone na im better pass to all because when Salone better, all done better. If Salone halaki, one way or the other, it affects you because naturally, home sickness can forget you one day. No place like home. You go south, you go east, you go west, you go north. One day, someday, sometimes you want to go home. You retire. You want to go rest. You want to go visit. But how do you go? So man only that this is 4 years today. 5 years ago, for me government change, you go today. They want in the fear for oppression, then the fear for arrest, fear for so many things. Them it shouldn't be like that. We forget freedom for going to country in and out without to not create intimidation or anything. We get for fights because if we not fight today against this thing, it will intensify tomorrow. If the government change, we go for see many salons and they go for live like all this in our country, which good. Some of you go still there back and say it wrong because me get for people get for some of we get take it for saying our APC can power. If APC can a mistake small, we tell people they come back and tell us no. We are fighting for this thing because we fight against injustice. We are not here as an APC. We are here as a Sierra Leoneans. Me, I know they can represent APC or the kind of platform. If we can talk as a Sierra Leonean. For talk to this thing, not find today, not find tomorrow. Who to condemn yesterday, don't condemn today, don't condemn tomorrow. So if we come as a Sierra Leonean, because at the end of the day, the country is the most bigger picture. We get So let us speak as a tribe, as a region, as a religion, or as a political party. Let's speak in the interest of the people. Let's speak as a Sierra Leonean, because na Salone will get so many people one day again, Prince. So that make me always tell you, I can go tell you, say, Prince, you have been someone I admire so much. You courage, you thick skin, forget the heat of APC, SLPP, NGC, your friends go bash at you, somehow will be party, go say, Prince, at this because you don't trust until in the support. That is the people I want to identify myself with, because this is you want Sierra Leone. Now I look somebody we go look at me like, oh, this is Prince, I do something, let me say, come because I did see, I don't like her. Or you blast for me. Yes, Mr. Say Prince, no, because we put Salone first. We want to have those people, like when the man they are trying to send at Singapore, 17 of them say, let's come, we can make it. 17 men, Prince, I entered Singapore, 17. Go, the book there, I can only say, pull them, I read in a jail from church to first. You see how people get it. 17 men change the whole nation. Today, Singapore are first one. Today, Singapore are first one. Look, Malaysia, now we give them banga for plant for my export for my pursuit today. So we have everything. We just don't have system, because we self they help the system for like bad. If me and Prince in Paddy, Prince good now, Prince bad now, hence they don't appoint Prince and Parliament, Prince and Paddy, and not for post Prince. No, you don't. I don't want somebody enemy. That have been the problem with you. Way with the do something and say, hey, Prince, you hate this person. We are not tribal here. We are not political here. We are not just here. We are just Sierra Leoneans. Me when they can't me particularly so many plan to do, we need to meet up one another, because I call things by their names. If I know you will hold me party accountable at opposition, when they kind of governance, I will be accountable. So we want to build a better governance. Prince, we having it all wrong, because SLPP have been bad opposition. We see the reflect of the bad opposition. This time, we go against alone to this point. But I mean, a very good opposition with an objective mind, with a critical mind, people them, where you go look at things and say, no, not just oppose for oppose sake. No, do objective criticism. We need to get this alone today. But because they're not be focused, they just believe in lies, support lighting and cap, they don't have vision. We want to stand in that gap, say, we don't support opposition when I need to do our job well. We come here and call things by their name. We say this is your responsibility as an opposition. You have to do checks and balances. You get full government accountable. Nobody tell me say in the bulldoze. I don't want that to say bulldoze. Why we get parliament? We get 3 arms of government. We get the judiciary, we get the executive, we get the legislative. The legislative and the whole all them 2 arms are accountable. How will our law sit on the parliament? So we say they get problem with people because they think we should think like them. No, we should not think like you. You self not for think like you, but for think for the nation. Oppose. How we don't pass in government to left opposition? Both of them, they carry the same responsibility. Government day, the opposition, the whole government accountable. That's make democracy. Now we get democracy, we get government and opposition. So I've seen you, and I admire your courage. You still consistently without change, because when they look possible, when they don't hit it, if they change, but you consistently stand the ground, and people even oppose you. Naturally, don't begin to say no. This guy not hit APC, not hit SFP, not hit nobody in parliament. You just hit what's in that country. Period, Prince. I admire you, I admire Chef so much. African Express, I always make any time I almost give 5 minutes. I'm for say this is the people who for the look at, who for identify yourself with, because once I look better and Prince.
Yes, many thanks again once more. And I think sometimes it's not for me to say, but of course I will say it, because you are spot on. This is exactly what we try for doing, and that's how they say it's country first. Equally so, as much as you admire Chernobyl, so do I. And I've had a look at the brother in profile, and like you say, the man in work span over 2 decades, and he's still a very young man. You have to imagine that. So he gets so much more for offer. And the hypocrisy, we need for frown at. But one thing I've noticed, Comrade Queta, is there is a change in terms of what we do. It's not going in vain. It's very slow. Imagine when people are not used to something, for them to get away with them, let them do away with them. It's difficult, but gradually there is a change. You make good analogy there here, one of which now Singapore. Going back to the 1960s, African countries then emerging out of the yoke of colonialism were doing quite well. They had good economies. They could have managed those economies and the system. Unfortunately, there were many other factors that probably we could leave that for another day. But Singapore was a third, when they use your country, or when they say or describe your country as third world country, it means that everything is under par, underdeveloped. And such was Singapore. But 50, 60 years on, Singapore is a super nation. It's a modern nation. It's not a developing nation. It's a developed nation. Can you imagine? We used for do civil work them for them kind of people a day. We used for give them with resources, like you mentioned one. When now we give them banga. Banga, now we give them. Today, they are massive exporters, industrial exporters of banga and the products, oil, whether they palm oil, whether they make various products, whether not lotion, whether not soap. 30 days, we still they export palm oil per 5 gallon butter. That's strenuous work day where people a day now just transaction, e-transaction, logistical transaction, how to move this thing from one point to the other without even touching it. That's what they are doing. They understand the product, the end product of them particular product that they talk about, then commodity that they talk about. You can trade per mine. You can trade per mine na the stock exchange. Not many of us, you kind of know this, and probably we need to bring one academic based on accounting and understanding the principles of trade, foreign markets, and the stock exchange, for let we understand the things the way we get, how we can trade them. You see, ignorance, my brother, really not disease, and at some point, some of us were also part and parcel of it, but unfortunately, we've moved on. Like, for example, where we want to bring we local food them. Waiting is permitted. It clearly then at the government of the UK in websites, uk.gov. Instead, when they go smuggle, you want to bring 6 cassada leaf, 10 cassada leaf, you want smuggle and fish. And it's really permitted. So under that same notion, then begin use we from the country Usai will they begin with journey from where most likely in a home, whether na Sierra Leone, the Gambia, Guinea, Liberia, and you name it. Say with the come now, not knowing for no say, then thing there, they're not ban them. You just go through whatever you're supposed to go through, get your certificate, and you come in, you bring a cancer full, you don't need for smuggle them and strain yourself. But that again is a topic for another day. Thank you so much for introducing all of this. But the work of Chernobyl is phenomenal. The hypocrisy what I talk about, now in people a need for look at. So you're convenient for use demand in work when it suits you, and then the worst thing that you can do is a sin of ingratitude. I know say me late daddy teach me that day. For let you appreciate somebody, use somebody, and use in work or whatever for achieve some end. And then when you don't achieve that end, you kick the person under the proverbial bus. Really, this is the case that we talk about. It's this case with Cherno, Alpha, and Bar. All the works that we do at the time we criticize APC. I've spoken about this many times. And the current president and administration being happy for use their work for get to power. Now the man is equally critical of them, not understanding that the common denominator here is the state. We want to see a better state. Now they see as public enemy number one. Famulem, we talk about Evangelist Samson. We'll almost come to the end of this program. We want to take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll go read comments there. We're not very many in the chat room. And then we go do the last segment of the program. And then we will move on. Don't touch that dial. This is the TNN TV Media Empire. Right, Fambulem, we are back. This is not the TNN TV Media Empire. This is not the platform where they bend, not for anybody, only for the country. And we promise you this, We've been in this business for over 6 years now. You know, you're straightforward, shooting from the lips as ever, putting Sierra Leonean first. There is no greater example of the TNN TV media empire in terms of putting country first than any other. And this is what we do here. If you want for fallout with we, because we principle position we'll take. And a man has to be of some principle. You can't just be Yanga Yande, today you there, tomorrow you there. There has to be something that you kind of stand for. Morality, not good principle, is a good attribute, not best practice. So let's continue for practice this. We country is very, very important to we. There will be questions that will be asked tomorrow of we Grand Picking them. What are we going to leave behind for them? Some of us are comfortable in the West. So we want to bring that mafia kind politics now salon when I for go loot no more, go see what we can take away from there. Come on. This is unacceptable, not in the 21st century, while we continue for slavishly labor. Now people, other people in country. And then we satisfy with that. Now this now we want left to picking them, and the legacy this we want left to picking them. Certainly, I am here, I am doing well. Let's make it clear. But I'm not satisfied because I did other person home. I want them to be home. I want to eat my fish, I want to eat my mind. I want to grab and feel the sunlight. I want to feel the way they knock me, how you call me, move. I want to grab the money and see that dust, that clay dirty. That's what I'm used to. This is where I grew up. And I want left the legacy behind, you know, when we begin a step and will come and follow. What they do now, and they can follow. Yes, I know they talk about individualism because some of us might be successful individually, but they talk about a system. And they talk about a system, I want to let people understand. Some of us have very good jobs, and some of us are very boastful, and rightfully so. But within the context of being boastful, what the hell do you think you are? How much money do you think you've got? How much property do you think you've got? Do you know what others have? Do you know? But the bottom line is, we country, now in really material. And today, let me don't get flowing. Let me don't get going. We get to guest and we talk about Evangelist Samson, the late man, and the cruelty of the government by not even releasing the body. Where is the magnanimity of the president? Where is the fountain of honor? Where is the leadership that we always talk about? When you talk about division, and
go. Prince, when you talk about, you see, Nelson Mandela say, every person, way it is change because of depend on the person they deal with. I can change my character because of Prince. We Prince say red. Me, I know see the white. I say, oh, no, red. They say that man, it's not a person that will lead the nation. Anybody they change because me Prince I'm a party now. Hey, Prince now na red. I know in a white. I say no na red because Prince I'm a friend. That man is not supposed to lead the nation as soon as Mandela say. Again, an example say when they form the ANC, they may get Jew them among them because Gaddafi is not being get anything to do them. When they go open the office na Libya, Gaddafi refuse them and then say stand with the Jew brother say not to the dictate to we how you want law run organization because. Then no say then get the principles.
In short,
you see, I say like way I always say I cannot stop like telling you are just on the right point, and I could not stop or tell you say I always identify myself with you because I see you have that thick skin that you cannot need to change based on what you deal with.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You do things because you know say this is right. So me no will convince Prince for say Prince you know happy. No. Prince get the mindset on his own. I don't convince Prince and Prince. No, see if I talk something you know wrong, say tell me say no this one. We don't get clear conversation. Let tell me and Prince will be talk. We don't get 1 or 2 conversations. Oh no, we'll get completely different analysis. We talk, we snap and talk. We don't meet up in the same thing because the way I have to think and look at things. Not now we Prince look at them. We both meet up in different analysis, but we identify ourselves still. We have the same mentality that Sierra Leone is bigger than all of us.
Absolutely.
So you see, like when you talk so many people, you don't need to Prince. You know when somebody. You know, self-sufficient are the best thing a human can do. Prince, I was having a choice to serve Mother View and I enjoy under Mother View. Even when I retire, I will get a choice to work with them. Then call me. I have many friends. Then call me, do all kind of influence. I told them no. If I don't put pen and paper, because I know this man get for do bad. There's no way they can now demand or design for me. We honorable. I don't serve 28 years. I go corner now for me. What's your one gain? That's nothing. So I remain. That will be where I remain. Even if I don't get nothing for it, even then sees me benefits, I still remain that way. See, I don't change. Why I resign? I set my reasons. See, President Bioge for abuse constitution. You get for do things, they may not get for take that instruction. So before I fall trap, they hold me for maybe based on job policies, let me leave. And I come back, I challenge them. They think I'm in a joke. I say, I get for challenge you now. I was saying this thing, they think I was joking. Say, if when I begin go against, what me no say wrong, I come out and talk. And I started doing it, I begin use firearms and pull them. And up to late. So, sometimes you just for believe in yourself. Believe, say, they literally have for save the state. You better pass you go get millions where they jeopardize the entire country. You might survive today, but sometimes you picking them or you can pick it again for fall victim of that bad thing. So many people and then when they suffer, and then people that have been politics yesterday, we'll see what happened in the end. So some of us they look for people like Prince. First we believe say na party, but we can pass to no to party. If I would look for Prince like Chernobyl. If you see me na party, we can pass no to party. Yes, I look for people like Ibrahim, like Cashbox, like People's Power, and other people the way that all the APC, they just speak for Syria, not just because I'm an APC. We don't just criticize SLPP. No. I said the time and again, I say President Big he got good vision for free education, but you know exactly how for Sakula. He started in a very poor way. I give the analysis long ago. I said it's come out free healthcare, but he makes sure he get the sustainability before he launch up. So up to date, even we don't come out, but still free healthcare, still the no government we can scrap them. Free education, we all talk and say it's been very fine, but what's in for sustainer? So you see, so now we could talk about today something that one. When we call here, we support things in a journey point of view. Now we could talk say, look, something this we will want better. We not just want bash at SLPP, but sometimes we want to talk about something that we feel say good for the state.
Yeah. Again, many thanks, Equator. Of course, you are spot on, and this is what we do. We not get no doubt in the work we do. Not only because you pay 20 pounds and you're loud-mouthed, foul-mouthed na social media, cost, and you think that you're a hero. No, and you think you're famous. No, you're not famous. You are infamous. Go look at the difference of the word famous and infamous. That tells you exactly that. Not because you make the loudest noise means that you're the most relevant. It's the essence and the quality of what you do. Okay? It's the essence and the quality of what you do. Today, we are paying homage to the late brother Evangelist Samson, who was brutally killed far away from the action. So, in other words, any responsible government will have taken upon themselves for do an investigation, why the man died, the circumstances under which he died, and the most moral thing that you can do is to hand over the body after over 2 months of keeping the body of a loved one, regardless of how you disagree with them. So this is the height of cruelty. This is the height of, you can't define them any other way. Now the height of cruelty. For sure say, now diamond, now you they make bad man so diamond, now you they make bad man so. Just like how you say come equator. The guy is dead and gone. He feels nothing. But the government in his small mind, of course, some people within the government circle, not the entire government, say, well, we can show we brutality, we can show we insincerity, with hypocrisy, with division or divisiveness to the rest of the people by showing how brutal we can be against a dead person where we kill unconstitutionally. Why did you kill him? Why did you kill him? Waiting in crime where he commits where the ultimate penalty is death, that he exists no more. And then for do the last dignified thing by handing over the body to the family for some burial, so at least they will take some consolation, some solace. Yet you decide for dig deep into the wound and say, well, I'm the toughest, I'm the baddest. Know something? The only constant is change. Today, it is my doorstep. Tomorrow, it will be on someone else's doorstep, which is all the reason why we for speak against injustice, social inequities them where they exist within we society, because it doesn't bode well. And this is now one of the reasons why there was a protest in the first place, because there is a cost of living crisis we Sierra Leoneans, them, we are used to living a hard life. Very hard life. We've been through this in the 1980s when the Ashaka Stevens say outside the entire goats and they eat. I've made these analogies on social media many a times. I grew up during that period. We were not too bad, at least at the time we consider ourselves to be a middle-class family. Live in a good house, a concrete house with toilet and bathtub. You could turn a faucet and water come out. We eat 3 times a day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I see all of that change from red pamine fine one so to wheat soup, from Quaker oats and cornmeal to uji pap. I went through that, so I'm seasoned. And you insults thrown at me. First, I've been the answer because I like for engage. Now it doesn't really matter because we know exactly what these people are up to, and we know in the end, good will prevail over evil. Let's read some quick comments then at the place before we close this all beautiful program we'll dedicate to the late brother Evangelist Samson. First of all, remember, family Munaki, support this platform for continue for do the work because the work come at a cost though. It does come at a cost. You get for pay for all the equipment and way you use. Not even for my time. My time is dedicated to the people of Sierra Leone, but just for offset some of the cost. Because sometimes you get for broadcast and you know say you get for go do your normal job. I mean, if you can't, you can't. So what would they say? Send stars. Buy stars and send stars to the TNN TV media empire. Okay? Then stars, then they are converted to money. They are not much. You can get 200 stars. That 200 stars probably in a 1 pound. But every penny is appreciated. Every penny is appreciated. Remember, the forum is important. So important that the Minister of Information himself now has a Facebook page. A social media page. He left the comfort of the office now because you have to get a message. And I'm not criticizing the minister. It's a minister that I've had exchanges with a few times. I invited him on the platform a few times. There were times when he'd been committed to coming to the platform, but at some point, of course, the platform began for look it like say it's too critical for him, so he refused to appear. But all said and done, not forget for buy stars and to grow in subscribers then on YouTube, not forget for continue for subscribe, yeah? Would they ask una for continue for subscribe? Over 3,000, almost 3,500 subscribers. This is a huge number. YouTube don't demonetize we program for over 6 months now, so we are not earning anything from YouTube. We try for make the case. Apparently, somebody report we for a reason where we don't understand. I don't know yet. We are looking into this, but for over 6 months, they don't demonetize we program. We're making nothing out of YouTube. But the membership, the subscribership continue for grow, and this is something that we really appreciate. Let's look at these comments quickly and try for close this program. Faith Bangura, hello. Frank Med Koroma, RIP, brother. Frank Med, take a rest. Allah know the best, brother. Thank you so much, brother Koroma, Frank Med. Umu Jalo, RIP, bro. Alaji Momo Sanko, rest in peace, my dear brother. Allah will surely fight. Alaji Momo Sanko, hi Prince, watching from Milan, Italy. Hello, Milan, Italy. How una they do they? How una they cope with a new government? How una get where you say fascism is on the rise as a consequence of the war in Ukraine? But we'll leave that for another time. But many, many thanks, Alaji Momo Sanko. I appreciate you all the time watching from Milan, Italy. Agibi, rest in peace, the Evangelist Samson. Fode Sise, welcome TNN TV Media Empire. George Orwell, Mr. Krumah. This coward criminal cartel administration will not release the remains of late Evangelist Samson to his family for fear of reprisal, and the people of McKinney will honor him as a hero by turning out in large number. These Pauper will not want that large crowd for his befitting burial. Kama will hunt whatsoever are responsible for his death, and they will be brought to book no matter how long. I think that the best one is, and I think say the brother right, he makes quite a good point, brother George Orwell. I think there is a fear of a large turnout of people will come out because the brother, as young as he was massively popular. Remember that he was the voice of, if not the biggest political party, but certainly an opposition that posed a threat to the survival of this current government. So definitely there's a fear factor that if the body is released, the remains will attract hundreds of thousands of people will not go turn out in the immediate vicinity of the burial itself, but all over the country. But there will be thousands who will turn up, especially in the home city or home district, Makeni. Many thanks for that, Brother Orwell. Brother Orwell, again, this is the same thing that they are scared to hand over the citizens they killed in Freetown for fear of citizens coming out in large number for their burial. I think I agree with that as well. It's a good sentiment. Blackie Bangura, exactly, my brother. Somebody agree with you, Mr. Orwell. Mr. Orwell, again, what is mind-boggling is the fact that civil societies, journalists, religious leaders have stayed silent with all of these atrocities being committed by this criminal cartel administration. But these were the same civil societies and religious leaders that were advocating then, and trust me, when there is a change in government for close to elections, that would be the time you will see and hear the giggles of peace and one people, sad state. Well said again. I think Comrade Krita, we don't highlight that as well. But I think this time now they talk about the people are taking note, Brother Orwell, but well said. Frederica Crispina Johnson, welcome, sister. Yes, that is the main fact. He killed him. Kamara Fatmata, hi, my family in this house. Hi, sister Kamara Fatmata. It's so sad. It's a true Sierra Leonean. Blackie Bangura. Now, none of the Paupa SLPP guys or the southeast side of the country condemns all the bad precedents of this administration, but everything is in records for tomorrow. Absila, the family of this young man have a big problem. If they allow this government to bury this young man on their own, that means the family are up to no better. They have to stand up. If it gives them to die, also let them die for their son. That's tough talk and hard talk, but for die, my dear Abs, it's a difficult thing. And you can't blame the family. That's really cruel. I mean, we got to sympathize with them at this particular point in time. This is a difficult period that they're going through. A brother, a father. Just 30 seconds. I will let you come in on that. Yeah, it's going. The family is going through this difficulty, and for stand up to the government, a government that has shown cruelty, that it will stop at nothing. The man is dead, yet they won't release the body. If the family go challenge them, who knows what might happen? But well said anyway. Many thanks for that. Equator, you want to say something to that?
Yeah, Prince. Thank you. Why we the talk? We see Samson is one of the biggest social media activists. Of course, Prince, when government change, he's the first person we begin kind of media for begin advertise so many things them we begin pull things and begin give people encourage. He's been doing this with no pay, out of sincerity. Then they go now, then can you take them in the target, then APC people in the APC woman, then start and others. So being that person, we be not start this thing, we motivate so many speakers them as some other young man as a for can talk. Then build the platform, get in platform, the tag men, they can get the association with the association of APC activists them, being that person, and then see now, and they actually see if they say that they give the body now today, it's gonna be one of the biggest, and if I don't say it could be the biggest, it will be one of the biggest things that Louis Salongo ever witness, because I know see people from all over the world be ready for come on UK and America for go witness this young man, this hero in funeral. So knowing that and know exactly say the turnout get for be massive from Freetown, then go for see huge motor case, still go McKinney, then go for see McKinney get for flop, they're gonna say they don't kill somebody where it mean well to the nation. So knowing this thing, the government deliberately refuse. But I'm telling you something, Prince, I think the government sees it when they give their brothers when they kill McKinney, the way they say McKinney life matters. The turnout of the burial, and they don't ever want to repeat again. So then they repeat for kill possible. They don't see a repeat of befitting funeral for people left. Just because to be happy that McKinney, when they kill them people, when they see McKinney people and they turn out where they see, then they know now say Samson could be more massive than McKinney than any other term because of what he don't do, because of the sympathy, the method, and the political party we belong to, and the people other out of politics who have been just admire and support her because of him, he just stand for the truth. So I don't see the government look at that in this and say, you know what? Lord take the bad name. They don't mind they can't do tomorrow. But Lord go better, they call it better. So like any people in the street.
And I agree with you, Comrade Kweta, because the government serving for factories, and I'm glad the way you bring this come up. It makes absolute, absolute sense. Government itself, they in a dilemma. Things are not going well. and for allow people and for converge over, you know, a funeral of that kind. Who knows what may come out of there? People and emotion will run high, and based on waiting to happen again, because there are so many things ongoing. The cost of living crisis. So it just they look for a catalyst, a spark. And Evangelist Samson, even in death, could be that catalyst, could be that spark. So yes, the government must be going through this kind of thing. And good thoughts as well, Comrade Quater. Well said. Fatmata Bangura, well done, Comrade Quater. You are blessed and favored. The land is your strength. No weapon fashioned against you shall prosper, rather. Blessed going in and out. Kamara Fatmata. Hi, big sister Casey. Arun Kamara, I am watching from New York. Hi, New York, the Big Apple. Thanks for watching. Spread the good news in New York, please. Thank you, Arun Kamara. Arun Kamara, please, can you entertain some calls? Of course, Arun Kamara, we're entertaining calls. And if you want for call now, you can call. We can take your call, even though they come to the end of the program. But we appreciate you so much. So if you want for call now, we go put the number and the thing quick, so we read your thoughts. Fatmata Bangura, Evangelist Samson, may his soul rest in perfect peace. MHSRIPP. And of the souls of the departed. Absolutely, Sister Fatmata Bangura. All the souls of the departed who departed this world in that gruesome way. Police officers, civilians, may all of their souls rest in peace. The reason why government only pay respect to the police, not the civilians who died at the hands of the police, is mind-boggling. Abdul Kamara, greetings from France. We stand with the truth. Hello, France. How on a do des bonjour? Ça va? Vous allez bien? Anita Koroma. Hey, Anita, how are you? I hope you're well. Hopefully, I'll see you tonight. We get a huge program we are going to tonight. I'm emceeing a program. I haven't done MC for quite a while, and I think it's about 300 guests, and I'm the MC. I'm looking forward to it on a Saturday. Kunku Motati. Thank you, Prince. One nuisance they always cause mamikos, then it confused followers them where they call him king. Total indecency, infamous act. Kunku Motati. I love this guy's name. Shona Kago. Keep it up, Comrade Quater, and keep the flames on. Continue with the good work and stay blessed. Hawakaba Darabi. They are fighting with death. Anita Koroma. So sad, just imagine the emotional and mental torture for the families. Kamara Fatmata, the truth shall come to pass in Jesus' name. Amen. May the blessed soul of Evangelist Samson rest in perfect peace. We love him, but God love him more. Well said, Sister Fatmata. Robert Cabo, will Evangelist Samson body be handed over to the family? No, Robert Cabo. No. From what we've heard, and from sources them, from Comrade Quater and sources them, we get yes na the gone. Those bodies have already been buried, and even before those bodies were buried, the information may not leak out to certain sources that they were going to be buried as paupers. In other words, in mass graves. So as we speak, I want for belief say them body they don't bury them. Comrade Quater, you want to confirm that? Okay, Comrade Quater, no hearing me. Kunku Motate. It was sad to hear about Samson and all the innocent lives lost due to power pathogry. Power is a real dictatorship regime, and democracy, because democracy is about inclusivity.
Yeah, please, no, we just let them know, see, whatever to the say now, we talk based on intelligence. They mean, don't deceive people and say they bet them on Monday, which have been not telling us in a lie, they deceive them, say, oh, pay attention by the government. And I tell you, say, based on what's in this morning, they've don't get the coffee for over 1 week ago. They went the last week Monday when the information they can come out. So as I tell you now, see, I'm very much sure them body they don't go depose them. They don't depose those they want for depose them. You see, it's hard for all the talking here where we talk about people who matter. From that pick when 11 years of old, where they cook for papa, where they kill to Evangelist Samson, we get 1 year 8 month picking to that boy, that young man Jibo within Uganda. We then go kill. To that, they think that who's in a net, we then extrajudicial kill them. You know, we don't agree for the killing. We don't accept them. So God say, but we say, when I give them body them, at least not give them fitting funeral. At least their people and give them last respect. You know, Prince Waiting had the way person will die in certain way. They're not able, even for go see her for like year, for like it's for the last time. For say, okay, let me see my lover for the last time. then a difficulty. Why the government may refuse, we don't tell them say because they no say, it go tell on them because technically the president, because they want to say and take unnecessary turn at the country. So they go Kailan, they go the name McKinney today for put to attention on McKinney so that they take them for their SAFU. Over a week ago, they know that to the end of the military and they give vehicle them. And they tell this and this is a fact, this one is a fact. So the army provide 3 trucks and personnel them, then pull 30 soldiers and each of the 12 units they will get, the 12 battalions them for come as standby force because they still feel say people go react because they still prepare for kill more people. They still prepare for arm more people. So the army, they participate in a strong maybe say no for ever do. They no say it's wrong. And all those way they train and the officers and do that no say it's wrong. We all get for pay them price because until or unless we try people when them institutional health like the police, the military, we know they get a better country. They don't say it's wrong, but then they use them force, use them weapon. The weapon when at the state they buy for the use them against them pull them. So you ask that question, Evangelist Samson, we know they get in body for like then follow Ibu get and fit in funeral. But however, one time the government say Evangelist Samson must get respect. We must make something we go make a good at the AC, a hero don't fall down. He's a hero who no will ever forget. One put and then say they don't kill him. If they drag the body, if they burn and they cook and eat them, they so long to God. God knows best. God knows he died for just cause, and I know say heaven is open for them. But we will not do that day. One day, someday, sometimes when they pay the price.
So I think we'll get a first caller. I think I don't lost the caller. You hear me, communicator? Hello? You hear me? Hello, brother. I know say you want make contribution to the program. If you can make a short, please identify yourself. Who say you call from?
Yeah, well, I will make a short because they just couldn't be trying for round up now. But a question me, yesterday I can listen different media platforms. Them like the Weird yesterday. Somebody did read on something where somebody post on the social media. We say one journalist where he quoting him, he saying Apostle Rivia, he say name Mohammed Kone. They say then toxin at today for bury the body them. In fact, they say now I think I don't know one side in a Lompa or Waterloo side you go to bury as them. So they say they even give 20 million to the families them. Mr. being called for contribute by the program. So I just want to ascertain the fact if actually that true say that today they go bury them. They say they will call the families them, the respective buried families then and give them 20 million. I say, well, that is insult. I said, let me blame for even accept that commonly. The only body the body don't become decomposed so much. They don't humiliate the people them, they don't do all kinds of things, the people go, what's that money there? So I just want to confirm, I don't know if NASA gets information on that because we had been try for talk, but they said they quote the source from what they get on social media. We want journalists who say name Mohammed Kone being post, say then don't meet with respective buried families and give them 20 million. And they give the body to the people in as such, like they say, but the government take the responsibility for bury them. So now that's because I've been there about putting in, but I will just leave them for so because the program will come to an end. And as we say back again, chair no bar no go for day. I don't know you say go day at least once in a while before they get the way we are they can get a blow mind. People on a salon they call, they express their opinion or the report once when incident they will happy, especially against this repressive and rogue regime, We will appreciate that so much. Thank you very much for giving the platform.
Okay, no worries, brother. Your point is well taken. The blow mind we talk about. We've been trailblazer in this business. We've been on to do this before, but we're on the day in and out. We've not been consistent. Absolutely.
Because sometimes people can do the service blame both the regimes, but you compare between the two governments because they can send a new direction. But what in can oppose them 10 times of what in the other regime do.
All right.
People like one call for the analytical view of the two regimes and this. So let people see the clear picture. Let people know they can say then to the party of not do
Prince.
The traditional party there. you know. But if somebody bad then point out the bad what this current government they do,
okay,
is not right, which we are not ready to accept.
You're absolutely right again, brother. Just for the sake of time. Okay. Again, what's in the name again? What's in the name again? I know say you don't call 1 or 210. Aruna Kamara, you call for
Aruna Kamara. I call from New York, but I didn't at the Bronx, yeah.
You didn't at the Bronx. Okay, Aruna, many thanks for that. Your points are well noted. But before you go, I think you watch the program, so we'll provide answer to your question, yeah?
No problem.
Many thanks, brother. Yeah, bye now.
All right, thank you. God bless.
Yeah. So, brother Aruna Kamara been a try for, say, if they watch the We Yard program the other day, and We Yard moderator them, anchor them, been they say the same thing we come with don't they say for quite a while, or just the same news within a social media circle. So now the same news that just circulate. So the brother want to know whether there is any veracity, any truth to this story, which is in self don't hear say therefore bury them body there undercover, and this is the bottom line. So therefore they're not going to tell you because the whole operation is undercover. When they do things like that, and for take the body there and go back then safely in the quiet of the morning, quiet of the night, so outside nobody don't know. A few security people that will get that detail and then they know. And then few people that they say now they can leave the story to a friend, and a friend get a friend and a friend, so the story can begin for circulate. But the accuracy of that story, then it cannot be 100%. Like you go here, say the body then what alone and they can go. You go here, say na Sumbuya then they can go or corner. You know, something like that, and then they get 20 million. But the truth about that kind of story there is some really veracity when people like can play on. Now, you as an investigative journalist, you need for put on your investigative cap, and then you go after the story and try for salvage something from there, and not just follow the trend or break the news. Say, oh, but don't you say that they go back then and what it turn out not for be true. Communicator, you know, you're the guy we just called the one some veracity where he from We Yard, where they say themselves, then get one source from a guy where they call Conway happen for be a journalist. We say, waiting you don't say all along that you get information, inside information, and they go back the body them, either Waterloo or somewhere, and then they give the family the 20 million. And that the brother be one confirm. I know you can't confirm that, you know, you're 100%, but you self get your source system and you know you're now for talk on that quickly, so we'll close the show, commentator.
Yeah. You know, Prince, you know, I just want to tell the guys here, and the government actually called the family saying they give them 20 million loans. Now, that's over $1,000 a little bit. See, but even they call the family, imagine when I call family for go talk. Now, just 2 persons they say they want to go talk to. So the entire family are 2 persons they want to go talk to. But I want to just tell everybody listening where they listen to, we say, the family of Evangelist Samson not really take the money. They refuse to take the money. They say, not to money then go for they don't picking body, which is very good for us. Because one tell them say if the government fee that money they take for buy people and for go give them any reckless funeral, the family of Evangelist Samson refuse for pick the money because they say we government call them not to go bury them brother, not to go bury them picking or the man that for go hand over the body, let them go bury them how they want them. If they don't get step money for make coffin for them, then go wrap up banana leaf, go lay and agree. If better pass, we government go build gold coffin or diamond, whatever they want. They say, when I give you the picking, when I take una money, we want nothing from that because something in life is more precious than $1 billion for the family. It's more precious than $10 billion for the family. So the family of Evangelist Samson, they don't take the money. However, some family they take the money, we all understand. Some people and they go say, don't die, or Lord take the 20 million. Forget the 20 million, don't mean nothing as a loan. We tell people and say, sometimes and they let the government take their money. Let them go eat the body and the money. Let not say, when I know not to see when I sell and picking their life for 20 million. People don't take them anyway, but Samson, the family don't take them because Samson belongs to a family and belongs to a political party with an APC. So we not allow for let the government let them take any money and the family itself, even the not to APC goodie, but the family stand and crowd say we don't want this money. The only two who can have for as what in the Minister of Information may say, let go for good to body them. If I agree for good the body, so like you 20 million, they alone go with just 4 person for go live put in a mass grave. One of the whole money, so they left the money. But I tell you now, see, we very much sure say they don't bury and don't go bury something in Waterloo. I'm very much sure because you know them don't make us say in a Monday, but a deception for time for the siblings, see, then they in a Monday. But today when at the 15th, I see Thomas Dixon several don't tweet me your information tell me say Samson, then don't go bury them. But I know no mercy, the state refused for hand over the body, for let we give the blame family, let them get befitting funeral. Then no say if they give Samson in particular, he get for one of the biggest burial Salon will ever witness because he's a living hero. So for now, Samson, they're not give body.
Yeah. Many thanks for that, brother. I'll just read a few more again, and then I'll give you the mic so you go do the last respect for this very good program we now dedicated to the memory of the late Evangelist Samson. Sal Sahid, with all due respect to you, Prince, what is actually your motive, sir, for sending me this link? You have never contacted me before. Why are you sending this to me now after our chat last night following the flyer you sent? Are you chasing clout to have views and ratings? Triple question mark. You could do better than this. Exclamation mark. No. Yeah, exclamation mark. I now know better of who is credible and who is seeking fame. And hero is one that has self-reflection and does not go by do as I say when their actions and behavior does not match the I don't know the word. This is very incoherent for me. But let me see. Of course, I don't know this person personally. Normally, when you do a flyer, you just send a randomly to people that they within you contact. So this is what I do, and I've got like thousands and thousands of followers that I send out to. You alone not make any more difference. I would like you to, if you are positive for day within, that means they. But if you are not, like what you right, so I don't understand it. It's very incoherent, and I can't remember having a conversation with you regarding a link that I sent. It's not impossible, but which conversation? Yeah. So I sent you a link. It's up to you for either use the link or you don't use it. And you get a right for express yourself, but then you go on for express opinions which are far-fetched, looking for fame or chasing clout to have you. Really? And then this same person end up now for participate in the chat room. So you see how incoherent that is? I mean, just go back and read what you say. So let me follow this person because I see he make few contributions as well. But I will get back to him. Sleep, and take your rest, Evangelist Samson. We love you. Jesus love you more. Francis Amidou Blango. Sir Francis Amidou Blango, I do so much respect all the way from Australia. I still don't understand why the government did not give the rest of the bodies to their relatives. Exactly. We're all confused. Why you not give the rest of the body then to the relative then? What about the person where they shoot in veranda? This person, we all see him in real time. They shoot in veranda. He laid on in veranda dead in front of his relatives. What about his body? Did he participate in the riot and protest on riot? No. What about the Pekin where they're in kitchen? They cook with impairing them. Straight bullet, bust through the place. Did you give that body back or you going to bury them as pauper? Papa government, Marabio. They want to advise you as such. This, it can't be right, sir. It can't be right. Anyway, Salon Pekin. At Quetta is the number. Quetta is the number snitch against the number APC at this moment. I don't know what he's trying to say. Maybe trying to call Comrade Quetta a snitch. But Comrade Quetta there, I think he can answer that for himself. Anita Koroma, that is the emotional torture. Exactly. Abu Kamara, please, matter what it takes. Samson's death must be given justice, and the culture of impunity must be a thing of the past. I absolutely agree with you. It should be a thing of the past, and that should have been a thing of the past some time ago. Why should this government resort to that at this time? Or somebody make a sense out of it? I think that George Orwell and Koita himself, weigh in on that way. If they release that body then become a catalyst for people and for gravitate towards, and who knows what might erupt security-wise. So on security basis, but could the government have managed it proper? But then you go offer an insulting and paltry sum to the family, 20 million, £1,000 for the life. I mean, adding insult to injury. Seriously, Papa government, really? 100 million for the police officers, 20 million, to the people. I don't understand the logic in this, to be honest, but time will tell. Sal Sahid, okay. Glad some people are beginning to notice that. I wonder, Sal Sahid, notice what? Or maybe you did a follow-up comment. Francis Amidu Blanco, why did they single out the police officers and give them a befitting funeral and did not care about the others? This is the question that beggars belief, sir. This is the question that beggars belief, and I've been saying this from day one, the moment where it happened. But the only logic that you can derive from this is because they try to capitalize on the point that the police were saint and the people were ugly, the people were terrorists. That's the impression that they try to give to the rest of the citizenry as well as the international community. Did you watch the presentation by the Minister of Foreign Affairs to the foreign ambassadors in the capital? Did you watch the body language of the ambassadors, the foreign elements in the capital, whilst the Minister of Foreign Affairs, every vein in neck, every vein in body, they stretch and they try to emphasize the barbarity of the young people against the young people, for eulogize and galvanize and raise the memory of the police officers them who lost their lives in line with duty, but not the people whom the power derived from. No respect at all, they are terrorists. I don't understand it myself. Good evening from Northern Ireland, brother Delwyn Thomas. How you doing, brother? I hope all is well. Kamara Fatmata, I really believe that ES, Evangelist Samson, is in heaven. God knows why he has to die like that. I am in pain. Sad for the family and the party as well. We share the same sentiment with you, sister. So Sal Said, in the end, advertise a link. I'm not going to click on the link. Others can do. I don't know what he or she, I don't know, a woman or man, is trying to prove there after making a statement. Daniel Kamara, hi, comrade Peter. What Marabio did, we will revenge for it 100%. Nothing can stop us from. Revenge is quite a strong and charged word. I can understand the emotion now, but we have to find a way around this. We go derive some peace, win-win situation. I mean, we're sleepwalking into a situation that we went through at some point 30 years ago. And the leadership is creating such a scenario once more by, your identity politics, insulating themselves, just you and your people. This cannot be right. But war should be the last resort. In fact, we're not for that at all. Daniel Kamara, hi, Comrade Queta. Peter Dawda, the APC and their supporters are still of the opinion that Sierra Leone is theirs for keep. South Sahid, narcissists claim to be hero and victim at the same time. Let our desperation to get the government out lands us in the hands of so-called false preacher activists. No prince invite me, so I go talk from me a first-hand information. I mean, I don't know whether you're a man or a woman, but you sound for being very, very confused. You seem for you don't make up your mind. Or even though we're in a national, international platform, they express your views, you're not expressing them coherently. If you want to be invited, which this platform does, if you have a view on national politics, we are open for invite you so that we can have the conversation. But from what you talk, make me scared. You're calling people narcissists. I wonder, do you understand the meaning of this word? Because the sentences although on social media and it's not coherent at all. But you get all with details. Since you want for appear, send me your profile. Let me look you up and see exactly who you are. And if you worth the grain of salt, then why not? We want to hear the views of Sierra Leoneans. Abdullah Kamara.
Yes, no. I see say the border. I just want to let you focus. I just want to tell you about that Sal Sahid because that just make her clear. She's my ex, and now in the so I can happy when anytime you can apply platform show how reckless she is and how she's behaving towards. I don't want to talk about her ex in your lifetime. Let me say left arm because I see I'm like you see somebody say communicator and admit the snitch APC. She went and support because in American person way she just show the home we come out. She's not a woman material. That's not a topic. So let me say don't continue reading her text. She just say in public. It's fine. Let her alone just focus and let me start to that point we say Mina is snitch na APC. I agree because Mina is snitch to APC because Salon is bigger than APC.
Okay, communicator, let me not make it personal. Now I don't understand it. Thank you very much.
I agree.
No, make a personal. No, make a personal. Now I understand, and I thank you very much for that. Now I know saying Sal na in I not be no saying na but now I understand the context, and many thanks for that. Sal, I go talk to you after if you want for camp. I hope so you can make a personal role when you come. Want talk about issues, not personal. Yeah, but we'll definitely like for you from you. Many thanks, from Equator, for making it clear. Because I not be understanding I mean it talk. Abdullahi Kamara SLPP upon their return in 1998. They killed people like Abu Black and many others, including 24 soldiers. Now in 2022, they have killed hundreds of people from Pandemba, Makeni, Lonsama, 91, Tombo, August 10, and beyond. Let's take note. Usmani Kamara, it's all about cancelling evidence. Kuku Motate, secret burial, and 20 million is total insult. No family should accept such insult. I agree with you. That's total insult. 20 million for life lost. Government, you could have done better. You could have done far better than this. Are you trying to add salt to injury? Kuku Motate, that's good to know about Samson's family. That now wait till you say come requiter where you say the family refuse to accept that, just give you body. If we go up on a banana leaf and bury and we will do that. Kamara Fatmata, they should not accept the money. This is really insult. Salsa, let me go back to work. Unago Sabi, the mentally sick, deceitful, and manipulating social media activists. Look, I'm ping my face, well, yeah. Don't be fooled by Sabi talk, yeah. Not to all Christmas. The way now I'm enjoying this. Yeah. Kamara Fatmata, Marie Kamara, thanks for brothers for your honest truth. Kamara Fatmata, I promise to visit the family of the great hero Evangelist Samson's wife and family anytime I visit Sierra Leone, by God's grace. Abdullah Kamara, we saw the protest. Much of the killings took place after the curfew was imposed. Yes, that's absolutely true. Much of the killings took place after the protest, not during the protest. And we have not even been given the right number. You're absolutely right. And when the president returned to Sierra Leone, especially the death of Hassan Doumbouya, family na Evangelist Samson. Okay. There are more comments coming in, and we need for end the program. So, I want to let you end the program. First of all, I want to tell you thank you for your time where you take off. For let we pay respect to the late brother. This is right. There are people who definitely will disagree. Me grow up now in Sierra Leone at a time where, regardless of us being enemies or families being enemies, when death struck, it was incumbent upon the other side to go to the other side and express condolences to that family at the Sierra Leone when we grow up in. And the general principle itself, although many things don't change, when die come, now the most horrible of what can happen, the loss of a loved one, the loss of life. So people generally go out for dies. And in the circumstances where this guy died, and you don't make an clear, and not go thief, and not go try to assassinate somebody, by virtue of the opinion. And in this modern world, when you are victimized or you become a victim because of your opinion, like what they do so, I don't care if some people they go to police, the police take action, they go knock them out and warn them. No, you cannot do this. Social media get principles, you get laws. You can't make your certain allegations where you cannot, you cannot prove them. You can't character assassinate or public figure them simply because you don't like what they say. In other words, you can't shut people down. Much more you go take their life. So the brother lost his life under gruesome circumstances, unacceptable circumstances. And for this, Sierra Leoneans will get a rallying cry, a rallying call that this will not happen, so it must not happen again. The soul of the late one must rest in peace, and the family them for be treated decently. Now, for Motiveri, if that is true that these bodies have been buried and the families then deprive them of taking ownership of their body, a befitting burial to the picking. This is wrong. It must be condemned. Where are we walking into? Comrade Oita, the last word.
Thank you, Prince. We'd always we always, kind of them platform for talk to people who are important. I want to tell people and say, nobody no like APC reach me Prince. APC, I like them because for prove me loyalty to the party, when APC lose election, they say me left me work, I can't join them for fight for them, for fight for the people of Sierra Leone. So like what they talk about them cults, them people they worship political party like people inside politics. When they talk about them godfathers, they say they snitch them. Me not snitch, me want snitch APC, I know the kind of APC. I'm free for good and any other political party. But to tell like I say no more say like we can talk, they say hey, Prince to APC, Prince and SLP, that's the same they will say. We appreciate them anyway. They still taking that time swing themselves. What you elect APC, tell me the work you don't do for APC with these 4 years. What risk you don't take? Some of you know man, we are APC Poluna na future talk less, talk for APC. But I appreciate people who go say we not snitch. It's fine. If you almost snitch through, it's fine. Snitch and this way are the snitch through for APC. Then you better pass we need snitch for APC. You snitch like I mean the snitch through now. Snitch and live me life at the front for APC. At the muse snitch, I deserve a tap on the back. Let me tell you, Prince, I tell you, don't pay attention to distractors. May communicator are not to be distracted by little comments, by people away that know their character, then bad parts. Now this part of the world, we keep our head up and focus on what's deeper. Because at the end of the day, my job what I do now the bigger picture for Sierra Leone. And I'm happy they don't appreciate me many years. People don't know they appreciate me for many years. So somebody where sabi me, maybe you want catch them with fame. If they don't be sabi, sometimes even not all man be sabi, and 10% be sabi want catch them with fame, and they appreciate you. Catch and communicator and fame. Because I mean at the figure. So you want to learn sabi through communicator. I know I respond because for Samson, I get an emotional for my brother, a late man who don't die. Once you see, we'll talk about her until this time pass, until the government will see for do. I will get time for respond in my own platform because I have a platform that I will say why left one would you it go viral. So which I go for do maybe tomorrow for address certain issue about putting talk. So we'll begin soulful and nakedness. But today we dedicate that to Samson. And would they pray like God give Samson plus all that they kill under these past 4 years. Let God continue for sorry for them. Because no one died, the guy Samson died. If it don't be me 2 years ago, I Pademba Road. So I know what it means for like somebody lost in loved one, enable, see him, forgive him, befitting finger. So till we meet again, when I thank you, fellow Sierraleoneans, Lord, pay attention, pan people who they come, be distracted on social media, Lord, pay attention, keen attention, pan then distractors, because they know they come for it better. A woman forget pride. A woman forgets, forgets saying a woman, but woman we don't people like even some prostitutes in the shame that shows the home we come out. And that shows they don't get family. So let's pay attention. Who can on a platform? I don't always talk and say no come for misuse the social media. Let's come for show ourselves. Say we are decent people, come on a decent family. Now lack of decency makes it to see the kill something and go better. So thank you, fellow Sierraleoneans. Till we meet again. We'll come next time for discuss important issues. But Prince, don't pay attention panel little people who can attack you because they want to get fame. Don't pay attention to them. They just want to get fame through the platform. You are bigger than that. We see them. We know how they text. When they text, we look at. We don't even read their text because the text is important. We read text through BC. They contribute meaningfully to the platform. Talk serious thing. If you're talking about something in that one, a hero, somebody don't suffer. Then you see person they come so cheaply. They do things. Don't pay attention to them because then we can just say stop there. Focus on the better people where they text we. Where they sympathy to where they show sympathy to something. Where they care about the bad things the government they do. These are things we care about. Not to pursue they come. For sure. Then lead to cheap life. Everybody they show himself. Na media. Some people they can show very good characters, so they can show the recklessness. So these people they can show recklessness to accept them. If your man snitch alone, they can use the snitch alone where you know they support somebody. So be it. When Prince talks about parliament, hey, Prince to APC, wait somebody say, hey, Prince and APC, so you are in between SPC and SLPP, or something is in NGC. So be it. So I follow that step. Means if I talk something, as he talk about Godfather, you are enemy to them. But the people, 90% know say communicator is the most reliable APC. Somebody who will ever get in this lifetime. Somebody who left in job, they can't join the party in opposition not to governance. So for saying I work at the defend, no, we don't want a job. We just want to work for Sierra Leone. So if you say I snitch because I call things by their name, maybe you call members of parliament or that thing, so be it. They use snitch like me communicator. So yourself in the public, say me in APC, defend the past regime, defend members of parliament, criticize government. So you snitch like me, see, you will see the banter. But we appreciate people. Anybody, if he criticizes, we praise we would appreciate them because we learn from the critics again. We take them, we know because any critics, with me, I listen to critics, I know if he writes, I think if you not write, okay. If I'm out of it, I just left a day. If you miss it sometimes, miss need for improvement and improve on us. So the way they criticize me, I tell you thank you because I learn from my critics as much as I can. I learn so many things from critics. I'm open to critics because me, I'm human. Me not to God. Everybody's a mistake. Sometimes they talk of mistakes. So you guys, they criticize me. I want to say thank you for criticizing me, but they look into them in an objective point of view, not in a hate side. Because we can criticize you out of hate because prison, we don't make prison can say MPs for challenge. You see, we don't hit MPs them. We don't do the look at other side. When they come after you, for our line, we appreciate the critics because we take them for build to platform them so that we can also the mistake because we are human. So whosoever can talk about we clap for again, we go like kudos, we welcome the critics as much as we can. We're not open for call, we phone them, we're not open for text, we say, come I may say this to me on view, I want to see there, or Prince, you may say this thing to the platform to me view, I want this objective, we take them. We are humans, we mistake along the route. We the talk things maybe we not legal, but don't come and show yourself in a negative way. To meet again, bye Prince.
Right, Comrade Quitter. That was the voice of Comrade Quitter. And one last word on Sister Sal. I have no interest to be part of the show, but wondering after our chat yesterday, now I understand. But wondering after our chat yesterday, you followed up by sending me a link. So first of all, now the place down there, USA, you get them wrong because you don't take them personal. You think because I invite Comrade Quitter, I don't even know what's going on between you guys. That's the first thing and the way you need for no. I think one time I call you and ask you for Comrade Quitter in contact, and you say, oh, we're no longer together. And that was it. End of story. I'm done with that. I don't get mixed up in this little, he say, I say, you say, and we say. No. So I only send you out of generically. I mean, just a poster. So I send that to you. So she's saying we are talking about issues, but the credibility of the panelists should be questioned. There's no issue about that. Say you can't question the credibility of the panelists, but this is something personal between you and him. Not to waiting if they say you are questioning. That's the difference. So do not send me your link to search ever again, as you have never did until now. You are repeating yourself right there. But thank you very much for that. Let me make this very clear. I was only here because you come on. Who's kind of mix up box up? You were only here because I invited. I invited you because I invite people. Not of all you can't see you X or whatever. I don't even know what's in the drama between you now. Now so when I can turn things for make them personal now, you don't take them out of context altogether, my dear sister. Altogether. But one last thing where you say we are happy about because you shock me so much because the way how you take me completely out of order. I'm not involved in una drama. I only send link out for people and for come out and can see. Now they talk about fame and what have you. Now I make a send you link. Well, of course, it's not fame. I'm already famous. Sorry for saying that. Sorry for saying that. 500,000 viewers. So you want view, even though I value them, but not to that reason. But thank you for blocking me. At least you don't save me one hassle. Many thanks for that, Sister Sal. Thanks for blocking me. Many thanks, Brother Quitter. Of course, sometimes you have to go out of the way and whatever. Sue asks whether they are going to give Samson a fitting burial. No, don't address that. No, from waiting with the answer is no. So, Fambulem, we get many programs they come up. Tomorrow, Warise go there on the program. Warise go there on the program. A brink, a democracy on the brink will be live. And then on Monday, we get the brother, the businessman, the CEO of Mingles Bar and Restaurant. These are the important things that we want to talk about issues. The CEO of Mingles Bar and Restaurant, Mingles Pharmaceuticals, Mingles Supermarket, Mingles Money Transfer will be on the program and we'll go chat things down as he's supposed for be, how community for be, how successful he is, how he came to where he is, whose advice we get for people and potentially we want to go into that. That's what we want to talk about. And this is what we are talking about. Not to then small petty issue there. I've got nothing to do with this. And suddenly you want to draw me into this. Come on, man. And then on Tuesday, we get the MP from constituency 077 and 2. Now all know say APC, they go through drama. 21-man committee, the road to election, voter registration, Alfred Peter Conte, Honorable Bundu, former VP Samson. There is so much drama. So the secretary for the ITGC, then at the Interim Transitional Council, people Ingo then at this platform on Tuesday. and we go have a conversation where we call a clarification, for let people understand exactly where the APC is and what are the chances and opportunities for 2023 for its membership. Okay. Then on Wednesday, we go get a former minister na the Anescooma government than in person of Nanette Thomas, when I been the political and publicity minister under the Astral government of Anes by Koroma. Okay. So heavy programs are coming on, and something where the other brothers say we should be having a conversation around Blue Mind, people and for call and talk. That seriously will they consider. We also not forget we health show they come where Sister Mabinti get for be the head of that particular program. We get for talk. Probably we go begin this week. But all said and done, we have come to the end of this program. We don't pay homage to this late man, Hassan Dumbuya, the late Evangelist Samson. May the soul of the brother rest in perpetual peace, and may light shine on him. May his family find strength for move on. It's not easy, of course. Most of us will have suffered the pain of losing a loved one. So we know it's not an easy thing. But all we can say at this particular point in time, may his soul rest in peace. And for all of una we tune in today, I ask una encourage others for tuning. Una click on the Facebook page, on the notification app, and una encourage other people and for do that so that they don't go miss out on we programs, and we get heavy programs are coming on. Remember, exciting times are ahead of us. Again, one more last time, many respect to the family of Evangelist Samson. We console una, and may the soul of the brother one last time rest in perpetual peace. This has been the TNN TV Media Empire platform, and Prince Emil Krumah bringing the show to an end.